Jesse Munoz here for Yakima MTG. With me, Geoff Hamasaki.
Hey, what's up?
We're back after a couple of weeks. We've got Friday Night Magic from Ron's Coin and Collectibles. Picking up round 2 of the Modern Tournament. On the left, Jesse Munoz playing Affinity. On the right, Daniel
Better
Longoria.
not embarrass yourself.
Yeah. Daniel Longoria playing Grixis Control, which is almost the same as Patrick Chapin's from GP a couple GPs ago.
It's pretty cool. I've been looking at this deck. Looks pretty sweet. It's got cryptic commands and snapcasters. So pretty sweet cards.
You know what's a good card against Affinity is Cooligan's Command.
Yeah.
That card, as we're watching this match, is a really really good match.
It's like a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Almost every time.
All right, so with Affinity, you want to start out really quick.
Uh-huh.
That is not a good start from my hand. Turn one Ornithopter and a Springleaf Drum. Just
because you have no attacks next turn at all.
Yeah, it's just no real action. Affinity is a tough deck to play, but I like it. I got to mention we also have a new playmat, the Yakima MTG playmat, courtesy of Inked Playmats. Also, big shout out to CJ St. Hilaire. I hope I said his last name right, but CJ helped donate to pay for the cost of the mat, so
yeah, that's awesome.
So thank you, big thanks to CJ for that. And it looks great. We also got new graphics. Rocking new things here, Yakima MTG. All right, so we had a turn 1 Ornithopter Springleaf Drum on my side. To make matters worse for me, not starting out great, gets lightning bolted. Drops a second Ink Moth Nexus.
Yeah, you got a cranial plating.
Yeah, the question is, so I know the deck runs, I think, 3 or 4 spell snares, and a lot of my stuff is 2 mana. I just had a feeling anything I played there was going to get countered. So I could have tried to either counter or destroyed. Like I could have played, it looks like I have 2 cranial platings, 2 lands, and a Steel Overseer.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have tried to jam the Steel Overseer. Instead, I decided to go with the poison route.
It's faster.
It is faster. Alright, so Glimmer Void was the play. He's got 3 mana up, which is, from my standpoint is probably not a good thing. He's got Cooligan's Command, Tasigur, Cryptic, so just a beating here.
Yeah, so destroy the artifact and kill your creature. 2 damage to the creature.
So it was actually a 3-for-1 because the Glimmer Void, you have to have artifacts around for it to stay on the battlefield, and by getting rid of the Springleaf Drum, it makes it so that I'm going to end up having to sack this Glimmer Void as well.
So you end up with just an untapped Ink Moth Nexus.
Yeah. So see, I will activate the Ink Moth Nexus so I don't have to sacrifice the Glimmer Void. Unfortunately, it's on both end steps, not just mine. And the match is going exactly the way Daniel wants to go. Just killing any threat that I could possibly have, and then constantly leaving mana up. And he's also got a Tasigur, so he's got a way to close the game out in his hand. All right, there's a cranial plating.
Is it a Mox Opal?
It is a Mox Opal. So I tapped the wrong land here.
Because I was like, the Opal doesn't count, right?
Yeah. Would be a game rule violation, or probably a warning. But I do have the Glimmer Void that I could tap to pay for it. So it's not really that important, but yeah, it is a misplay there.
Well, this land configuration that Daniel has is also a game violation. Yeah.
Under the new rules, he would not be allowed to play on this. And I kept giving him crap for it too. He was doing it just to try to throw me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean this game one couldn't go smoother for him than it's been going. I had no real early threats, and now even like I have a galvanic blast that doesn't really do anything. The steel overseer is more of a tool, and
right. And Daniel's playing like Tassiger and Gurmag Angler.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have any way of dealing with those once they hit the board.
Not pre-board. Not in my first opening 60. There's no real way.
Right. You have to build up a big creature to be able to block it or just kill him quicker.
And honestly, with Affinity, I don't even want to be blocking. I don't.
Right.
You don't ever want to be in the position where you're having to chump blocks. All right. So it looks like Steel Overseer was the draw. Tassiger was the play from Daniel.
Yeah, this Overseer is just so slow.
Yeah.
Unless you're pumping multiple guys.
Sure.
In this case, it's just the one Nexus that you can get. So.
All right. So there, I correctly tapped the right lands. And
it's
Lightning Bolt takes out the Steel Overseer. In for 4 from Tassiger. Yeah, this Grixis control deck is it actually looks like a lot of fun to play. It has answers to pretty much everything.
Yeah, well, anything with Snapcaster is the best. So
yeah, Snapcaster is a good card. All right, attempt to play another Steel Overseer. There's a mana leak. I've got a Galvanic Blast and a Cranial Plating in my hand, so the only real hope is to maybe land the plating, but and try to hit him with the Ink Moth. I got Dark Steel Citadel. I got a Mox Opal.
So now you've got enough mana to. You don't have black to equip it though. You only have one. Black
you only need one. You need 1 mana to equip. It's black if you want an instant speed equip.
Right, but you can't equip it to the Ink Moth and block or
right. All right, so attempt to attack with the Ink Moth Nexus.
He's gonna Thought Scour.
That scours, then terminates, and I'm in trouble. With just the Galvanic Blast, it doesn't do anything against Tassiger or Gurmag Angler. Misty Rainforest was the draw from Daniel. Looks like he's going to Thought Scour himself. Cryptic Command. And Creeping Tar Pit hit the graveyard. His draw for the turn is Thoughtseize.
He's going to fire it off.
Yeah.
Sure there's no shenanigans.
Yep. Really just stripped everything away I did this game. Tesker's in for 4. And Gurmag Angler's the follow-up. Off the top is a land. Let's go to game 2. On my side, I bring in some dispatches. Just allows me to deal with Tassiger,
creatures.
Yeah, and Gurmag Angler in ways that I normally wouldn't. I think I also bring in a Thoughtseize, or maybe both Thoughtseizes. I think that's it. So yeah, I've got 2 Thoughtseizes. There's a ley line. I'm not bringing that in. Grafdigger's Cage isn't coming in. Dismember is a possibility. First, I have to see what's worth taking out. I take out the Galvanic Blasts are pretty much garbage against him. There's no real targets for it. Thoughtcast, I run 2 mainboard Thoughtcasts. Those cards I feel like I shouldn't even mainboard them. I feel like I wish they were almost any other card when I have them. I mean, drawing cards is fine.
Well, it's 2 other cards. This is the thing.
Yeah. So the Galvanic Blast and Thought Scours or Thought casts come out. And Soul, I'm not a big fan of against him because again he has spell snares and removal, so it's usually like a 2-for-1. Um, Daniel's, I'm not sure what his sideboard plan is, and we can't really see his cards either since it's off camera. But I do bring in the Thoughtseizes, do bring in the Dispatches.
Mm-hmm. I think if Daniel has something like Electrolyze or Forked Bolt or something like that, he'd do something like that.
Yeah. Anything that gets 2 for 1. And all my stuff is, 1 toughness, 2 toughness, so you can get rid of Signal Pests, Vault Scourges, and all that kind of stuff really easily with the Electrolyze.
Yeah, taking out the Nexuses too is pretty nice.
I do run 2 Spell Snares main, and I'm pretty sure I kept those in as well. So Affinity is just looking to get out fast and put pressure on immediately.
And hope he doesn't draw Kolaghan's Command.
Right, because Kolaghan's Command, you just got to kind of go wide, so where, even taking out 2 things isn't the worst possible option.
Just accept the 2 for 1s.
Yeah. I'm hoping to go, honestly, if you could, play 5 of my opening 7 is really what you want. If you go like Signal Pest, Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum, Land.
Uh-huh.
That's like a really good hand.
You're playing Ravagers, right? So you can...
Yeah, I do have 4 main board Ravagers.
You can get some sack outlets going when you instead of actually just losing your guys, you can pump up other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and Daniel just kind of wants to do exactly what we did there. That Grixis control deck is pretty good against this Affinity deck. You can just Kolaghan's Command just does so much work, and then it's basically like you're running. I think he runs 3 main board, and so when you're running Snapcaster, it's like running 6.
So he's running 3 Snapcaster, 3.
The four Snapcasters, 3 commands.
Okay, so it's like 7.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can get back the Snapcaster with it. Cast it again.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which is pretty sweet.
All right, so this hand is a lot more respectable. So there's Ornithopter, Mox Opal, Signal Pest, Land. So it's basically what I just previously said.
There you go.
So now I'm at least attacking for 2 each turn.
Right. You can even activate the Nexus and come in for 2 poison plus 2 regular.
So in for 2. That's actually a Blink Moth there. So
okay. So 2 extra.
In for
damage.
Another damage. But instead of playing the Vault Scourge, I've got Spell Snare in hand, so I'm trying to keep up that blue mana.
Okay.
In case Kolaghan's Command shows its face. Which I think, if you look in Daniel's hand, he might have. There's a Tassiger, there's a Snapcaster.
Right, he's still a turn off from the command, though.
Yeah. So there's a Bloodstained Mire. Looks like he's got 2 Kolaghan's Commands in his hand. So, looks like he brought in Anger of the Gods. That card wrecks me pretty bad.
That's pretty good, yeah.
There's an Electrolyze. So just some really good ways of hating on Affinity.
Mm-hmm. So you're running spell Pierce or Spell Snare?
Spell Pierce.
Okay, so they pay 2 extra.
Yeah, for a non-creature spell. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically just a way to... I don't care if they play creatures, because most of my stuff has flying, so just a way to protect and allow you to get in that final, push of damage. Because you can start attacking... you get 2 Signal Pests out, you can start attacking for a ton with Ornithopters and Vault Scourges and stuff, so... Alright, so... Searches up a Blood Crypt.
So you have a potential at 2, 3, 4, 6 damage here.
He plays Tassiger on turn 2. That's pretty good. All right, so
there's the Spell Snares, yeah.
Yeah, so there's an Arcbound Ravager.
Okay.
But it does there. I did have to tap out for it, so.
But he can't block any of these.
No, he can't block anything except for the Ravager.
Yep.
So in for 4 here, and I gain 2.
So you tapped out, but the Ravager can kind of mitigate some of the removal.
Exactly. And Testiger is really non-factor as far as I'm concerned. And he can swing for 4, but it's a race right now that I feel like I'm winning.
Right.
Did he actually miss a land drop? No. Okay, so he does have a third land.
So
instead of playing one of his 2 Cooligan's commands, he is opting to play a spell scout. And I think I'm thinking about sacrificing Ornithopter. My thought is, do I want to with spell scout on the board? Do I want to just get rid of the Ravager now because he could take those counters?
Okay, I see. Okay,
so when Ravager dies, or I sack it,
he gets target creature,
right?
And he can redirect it to it.
He can redirect it with the spell scout.
There's a cranial plating.
Cranial plating tapped out again, but cranial plating, I feel like with him tapped out was the safest opportunity to play that card.
Sure.
And in comes in for 4.
If you're not doing that, I don't know what else you had in your hand, but I mean, you might as well play your stuff if you don't have anything else to do.
Exactly. The only thing I have is protect that. I think the spell snare and something else. And again, with the Ravager on board, I feel like with the removal spells he has, it gives me at least a little bit more protection.
Sure. So there's attack with a Tasigur.
No blocks there for sure. And I think he's thinking about how
just firing off.
Yeah, how he wants to do it. Leaving the mana untapped allows him to react in instant speed with Cooligan's commands. Thoughtseize was the draw for me. And it's pretty timely, I would say.
So now you kind of just have to fire off the command, right? If you've got it.
I don't think so. Since you have 2 and you have
Snapcaster. He's got 2, okay. Yeah, if he's got 2, that's...
So he's got Snapcaster, command, another Tasigur, and an Angler. So it's not a hand that I'm really happy to see.
You're right, but he's almost dead. I mean...
Yeah.
2 attacks, he's dead.
But he does have a Cooligan's command now, so...
Yeah, so he's got Cooligan's command. He can't play the second one with the Snapcaster.
Right, not
yet. On the same turn, so... He can't...
Yeah, my hope is he bricks on land next turn.
So if he uses one on this turn and then draws a land and then is able to snap back the Cooligan's command...
Yeah, that's just going to wreck me here. All right, so I attempt to cranial plating the Ornithopter.
Okay.
And we do attacks.
Why didn't do it before attacks?
He's gonna. We're gonna rewind it here.
Okay,
so
yeah. Okay, because you want to do it before the signal pest triggers the.
So what's the targets for Cooligan's command? 2 damage and destroy artifact.
Right. So I think you want to take out the pest and the Ornithopter with the cranial plating. So it looks like he's doing.
All right. So instead, he took out the cranial plating.
Oh, okay.
Destroyed the cranial plating. Which I think is the right move.
That is safer, I think. If he had the second land, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah. All right. Okay. So I respond by sacking both creatures.
Okay.
Which makes the Arcbound Ravager a 4/4, and I attack
attacking to the spell sky.
Exactly. So here I can put him to 1. But
So chump block with the spell.
I need to get him. Yeah, I really need to get rid of that spell skite. All right, so he's going to stack a land, and my hope here is he bricks on land. Because if he doesn't, I could be in trouble. I still have a pretty. I mean, what? So if he hits land, he could do 2 damage to like the Vault Scourge and destroy the Ornithopter, just leaving a 4/4 there. Right? Or I guess I would sack those 2, and that would become a 6/6.
But then if you can't block the flyer, you can just sack the Ravager to pump it up, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying is he's got to get rid of the flyers because he could just play. He could just play the Angler in double block. So.
Right, and now he's got.
All right, so he bricks on land. He bricks on land. He draws a Thought Scour.
Yeah, so he's hope to draw Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah. All right, so I don't see.
Can't cast Cryptic Command.
A land or something.
Angler doesn't do anything.
He could
draw like a bolt.
Terminate.
Okay, so that's decent, right? He could block the Ravager.
Right.
Bolt whatever. Try to sack it to.
What does he? He can allow me to sack whatever.
Right.
And then terminate it.
Or yeah, terminate. Sorry. Yeah.
Right, so all I need to do is sack the Ravager, put it on the Vault Scourge, and that's 5 damage. Play Springleaf Drum. I still have the Spell Snare in hand. I also have to make sure I have enough artifacts to tap the Mox Opal. Alright, so sack. We're going all in here. In for 6. Terminate. Spell Snare.
So you're just hoping you didn't have a Lightning Bolt.
Yes. if he had a second piece of removal, but I also just thought seized his hand, so I had at least had an idea of what was happening. I knew he didn't draw the Terminate. So I took away the Kolaghan's Command. He had Snapcaster, Kolaghan's Command, and 2 creatures. So then he uses a Kolaghan's Command, draws a card, which if it was a land he would have played. Instead he plays Thought Scour. And I would have been fine there too, because he could have Snapcastered, flashbacked, Kolaghan's Command. I could just whatever counter that as well. So
right. But if you would have drawn a bolt, then you could have paid for the Spell Snare.
Right. Yeah, that was his out. Was a Lightning Bolt there. All right, no real changes I think from my side, and I think Daniel was running back the same 60 that he just played with as well. Just shows you how close these matches were. Because once all my creatures are gone, basically, I'm just dead, drawn off the top.
Yeah.
That's where Thought Casting come in hand sometimes, but again, I feel really underwhelmed with this card this last Friday, and I feel like I probably wouldn't mainboard it. Well, I feel like maybe running like 2 Spell Skites in its place would be a lot better. Drawing cards is fine. Don't get me wrong. I like drawing cards. It's just almost it's unnecessary to the overall game plan,
Right.
All right, game 3 is about to be underway. I feel like Grixis Control probably has a little bit of a higher percentage going into game 3 on the play.
On the play, yeah. I think pre-board and post-board is got an advantage. All right, so if you look at my hand, I've got 3 lands, an Etched Champion, a Springleaf Drum, a Signal Pest,
and maybe an Arcbound Ravager. I can't tell what that last one was. The reason I didn't keep that hand was I felt like it was too slow. Like I had no turn. I guess I could have played Signal Pest turn 1.
Right,
but
then
if you're just playing
do anything.
Right, if you're just playing land Signal Pest turn 1 with Affinity, then your chances are you're just not going to win.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to pressure by turn 3, then you're in a pretty bad shape because once Daniel gets to 3 mana, he's got a ton of options.
Right.
He can drop Tassigers and Anglers early.
It's a weird hand because you'd normally think, like, man, I have like 3 creatures, 3 lands, and a Springleaf Drum. That seems like would be an awesome hand. It just does nothing, especially against Daniel, which has so much removal that, you know, if I play 1 creature a turn,
right,
he just kills everything constantly.
Yeah, I could see if you were playing against another Affinity deck or
sure, yeah. There's matchups where I keep that, but against
another
Grixis
mid-range
control,
type deck.
Yeah. All right, so I bricked on land there, so we're going to 5.
So you get a free scry on this one, right?
I should, if I keep it.
Sure.
I hope that rule. I hope they keep that rule. We'll see how it goes at Pro Tour Magic Origins, but
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
It's awesome. I think it's an awesome rule.
I'm actually surprised they haven't done something like that before. Because when you're watching the matches, it's just dumb to see somebody, you know, mold down to 5 and then keep a 1 lander and then just not do anything.
Right.
I don't think it changes like the games that much. It's not.
I think it makes it. I don't think it. Scrying 1 is powerful, but you're also down cards. You know.
Yeah, it's not drastic. It's not a drastic difference. Like going to 6 with a scry is not nearly as good as just keeping a 7.
Exactly. All right, so I've got 5 here. I've got 1 land, 2 Signal Pests, a Dispatch, and a Memnite. This is actually a hand that can move pretty quickly. Double Signal Pests.
You can attack for
2. Yeah. I mean, for a 5 card hand, it's really not that bad.
I mean, you're not going to be dead until at least turn 5.
Sure. So I play another Signal Pest. I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking: is he gets a land, plays Misty Rainforest, gets the Steam Vents, and then probably Lightning Bolt me my Signal Pest.
If he's got a Bolt right here, this is real bad.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then I think you're in decent shape.
And he doesn't. So he plays Thought Scour. So land, Thought Scour, draw. Let's see what he drew, and then draws for the turn. Creeping Tar Pit is a play.
All right, so you're pretty happy.
Yeah, totally. So I got to play another Memnite. I've got another Signal Pest in hand.
Okay.
And the Dispatch is my last card. So in for 2.
And you can't cast the Dispatch yet. It's a single white mana.
Right? Yeah. He's got Tassiger.
But you can attack for a bunch next turn.
Yeah. He can also play Tasker next turn, though, which also just puts a stop to the Memnites, which makes me wish they were, Ornithopters instead.
Or Vault Scourges.
Sure.
So he's
2 mana.
Del 4. Oh. Yep.
So that's going to put a roadblock in for those Memnites, but I still can attack with the Signal Pests. There's a Cranial Plating, which I play Cranial Plating, snap that Floated Strand right into the graveyard. Because that would actually allow some really big swings.
Right, and he can't block you have 3 flyers
Pests.
right now, yeah. With the Nexus and the Signal Pest.
It's weird because the Signal Pests have they don't have flying, but they can't be blocked except for by creatures with flying or reach.
I
don't know why they just don't have flying.
Well, they can't chump block
Oh yeah, I guess so. If you're
I don't
chumping with
know.
your signal pests, then something's going wrong.
Well, even if they have flying, they can still chump block. But I don't know.
Sure. All right, so looks like he's got another Tasker in hand. There's a
Can't chump block a big flyer.
Angler.
Yeah, why is that? That's like a weird flavor thing. It's like
Why they
kind of
have?
Yeah, it's like flying when it attacks only.
Yeah.
It's too tired to fly the whole time. It has to. It's too heavy.
All right. So what is the play here? Pass the turn.
Is another cranial plating?
All right, in for 2. And he's taking some damage from his lands as well, so he's already down to 8.
Mm-hmm. It'd be nice if you could draw your white mana source.
Yeah. Draw for the turn.
Serum Visions. Draw another Serum Visions.
Does he have another one in hand?
He drew it off the Serum Visions. So you get a Snapcaster. And a land on top. For the second one. Another Serum Visions.
So he's digging for something.
He's got to hit some removal.
And he can't really attack with the Tasker either.
Right. Is that a Springleaf Drum?
That is a Springleaf Drum.
Okay, so you can cast the Dispatch now.
Yeah. The question is, when do I cast it?
So you can activate the Nexus. Oh, the Nexus. Oh, yeah, right. So you can. Oh, you can't tap. It's already tapped, so you can't tap it.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't want him to start using his Tasker ability either. So.
Right.
I don't feel like there was a good attack there because I would just trade one. Like, okay, so let's say dispatch one, and then attack with the other one. He just trades it with.
Right.
The Snapcaster.
The Tasker is actually exiled, right? The Dispatch exiles it. What happened?
Yeah, okay. Not sure what the card is. It's a 4-mana enchantment that says all creatures get -1/-1.
Wow.
So that, my friends, is the game.
So you're dead.
There's not really anything I can. There's no way for me to get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can go like Etch Champion, Cranial Plating, maybe. I don't know.
No. Yeah, I mean, there is cards that have more than one toughness, but it's.
If you can land an Etch Champion, right, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. I would need another. Oh, I do have 3. Yeah, this with that, the match is pretty much over. I wish I knew the name of that card. I can't see it. See the name.
I mean, you were in decent shape too. He was
yeah, I mean,
we're working on all those draws.
Yeah. But now he's got Tassier and Grimag Angler online. It's just.
But the Angler's only a 4/4.
Sure, only. Alright, so land for the turn. passes the turn. I'm not even sure what I could draw. My only other options would be Galvanic Blast, but I sideboarded that out, so Jano takes it down. It happens.
Yep.
It was a close match to going for 5.
It was.